Alright, hey guys, welcome back for another episode of Talking About in Video Games. This week we are talking about teamwork in online multiplayer. So I've decided to use the outdated but still hilariously fun Halo Wars to get my point across. So guys, basically I'm just going to go over a few points. This can be said for Halo Wars or any other online multiplayer game. What's the number one most important thing about teamwork? That you can think of, what do you think is the number one most important thing? Because I believe the number one most important thing, it isn't skill or knowledge. I believe it's all in the communication. So you could be a mediocre player, or even maybe less than mediocre, maybe average, and you could probably do really well if you were with three other people and maybe in a game of Halo or Call of Duty if you were with five other people playing team deathmatch, and you could pretty much win every match so long as you were all communicating and you were all talking and constantly giving updates as to what's going on in the game. As seen here, me and my friend, shout out to Ironic Blackhawk for helping me win this match and to telling me what to do, because I haven't played Halo Wars in forever, and I'm usually a bit slower because I like to upgrade my units first, but that's apparently not good enough. You got to be quicker if you want to do the rush tactics. So he helped me out, and I like to thank him. So his name again is Ironic Blackhawk. I met him in a 1v1, and I apologized for being so crap and resigning pretty much straight off the bat. And so we decided to play 2v2, and this is how this video came along. I was originally going to talk about something else, but I might reserve that for next week because I couldn't quite find a video or a game that I actually particularly liked. So we can just wait and see when Evolve comes out, and we'll see how I'm doing then. Anyway, back to the main topic of teamwork. What are some things that you would go around, and in terms of updates, what would you update people on? Yeah, let's say per genre in third-person shooter, what would you update people on? Going by Gears of War, I would be definitely updating people on enemy locations. Thankfully, in Gears of War 3, they added a spotter location, so if you don't have a microphone, you can help out your allies by spotting an enemy and showing their location off. Another thing is doing your callouts, saying what weapon they've got, or whether or not they're rushing a power weapon, or they've already got a power weapon. All those sorts of things are things to look out for. Where you die in Halo or Call of Duty, it lets you know what they're up against, and it gives your allies and your team more of an advantage when going into that fight. Like, you die in a spot in Call of Duty, and then you just relay it to your teammates. Oh, they're in this spot here. They're going to come at you with this and this, and it just gives that. It removes that element of surprise, just that tiny bit. They can still get the drop on you, but at least there's more preparation rather than running on in guns blazing, trying to be a Rambo. Things like that. In Halo, one of the biggest things about teamwork is sticking together. In Call of Duty, you don't really need it so much because the kill times are less than 2 seconds, kind of. Maybe even shorter than that. With Halo, given the shields, it gives you more time to plan your battles, so you have more room for error given. But that room for error can be completely removed. Say if you've got 4 DMRs pointed your way versus your one to them, you can't really tip that battle in your favor, because the enemy team, or say it's your team, that the enemy can't tip that balance in their favor unless they have a power weapon. And if you're sticking together and you are keeping map control and you're getting those power weapons, then you pretty much learn how to dominate the game every time. People don't really have that great reflexes. This is coming from the perspective of my reflexes. I believe that I've got decent enough reflexes that I can. And PC people are probably going to watch this video and say, you're an idiot because you think you're so good because you've got auto aim. And the reality is, I just feel more comfortable on a controller. If I played PC with a controller, I think I'd be able to match those games just as much as I could, such as Counter-Strike or even Tribes Ascend. I recognize that the mouse and keyboard is definitely a better control, but that's completely different subject for another day. As you can see here, we are communicating, we are coordinating our efforts to take out one base, and obviously it's going to be the bigger threat that we're looking at here, because once this threat is out of the way, we can move on to the next base and we can completely steamroll them. I'm going back. I completely forget about shortcuts, and you can just tap a button on your controller and go back to your home base. But here, it's been 2 years maybe since I played Halo Wars last, and I decided to do everything the hard way. Strategy games are great games for teamwork. It's an absolute must, and it's not just because it's a Halo game. It's just because it's required as a strategy. If you're both on your own agenda, you're both going to get pretty much pulverized, as this team has been doing. I mean, I don't know what their Arbiter was doing this match. They were obviously trying to completely and utterly upgrade the Arbiter and try and steamroll with that, but they were too slow at getting the resources, and with this Warthog Rush and the Chieftain, we managed to blow up their base and prevent them from ever being able to upgrade their Arbiter, and then the Arbiter becomes this empty thing. Whereas the enemy next to it has had at least a minute or two to recognize that my ally has built nothing but anti-infantry and could have come in, steamrolled us with a bunch of flamethrowers, but decides to keep building Marines. And that's the unfortunate thing about teamwork. It's you can think you're a great player, but the reality is, until someone who's got better teamwork than you comes along, and then they show you how it's really done, then that's what's amazing. But anyway, I'm going to leave here because this is a shorter video than normal. I hope you've enjoyed this footage. Halo Wars is a great game. I'd recommend that everybody plays it at least once, because if you're a Halo fan, yes. If you're on the Xbox and you're not much of strategies, alright, you can stay away. But anyway, thanks guys. I'll be back again tomorrow, and so on and so forth. Daily videos, comment, rate, subscribe. Got nothing left to say, so thank you very much. Bye.